So I feel that you should pursue your passion. And like Amir Khan said in the Three Idiots, if you do something that you love doing, automatically avenues will open up. Writing is therapy. It's therapy for everybody, and especially for the overthinker. Be grateful for what you have and don't be afraid to work hard.
कहा जाता है कि राइटिंग इज़ द थेरेपी फॉर ओवरथिंकर्स एंड इट गिव्स यू द क्लैरिटी एंड हेल्प यू इन योर सेल्फ डिस्कवरी. हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम है हुसैन सफदर एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू हैव एन एपिसोड विद मिस मरियम सादरी वाला हु इज़ द ऑथर, राइटर, ट्रेनर, टीचर. सो चलिए आए इनसे बात करते हैं और थोड़ी सी राइटिंग स्किल्स पर मोटिवेशन लेते हैं और जानते हैं कि हाउ शी हैज़ स्टार्टेड हिज राइटिंग करियर. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस एपिसोड. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Walaikum assalam, Hussain. I've been looking forward to it. I've heard a lot about you.
Yes, my pleasure, ma'am. Let's start this conversation with एक इंसान की ज़िंदगी में दो बड़े अहम दिन होते हैं. जिस दिन वो पैदा होता है, एक वो दिन, और दूसरा दिन जिस दिन उसे अपना मकसद तलाश हो जाए. लोग आपको जानते हैं एज ए कंटेंट राइटर, एज एन इंग्लिश टीचर. लोग आपको जानते हैं. आपने मरियम सादरी वाला ने खुद अपने आप को कब पहचाना कि वो, और कब वो बिलीव, कब वो कॉन्फिडेंस इस्टेब्लिश हुआ कि आपने ये अपने आप को कन्विंस किया कि दैट यू मेंट फॉर दिस प्रोफेशन?
Okay, so it's a very interesting journey, I must say. You talked about writing.
Yeah.
Writing was something that I loved doing when I was in school, but I'll be honest with you, I never thought it could become a profession.
Okay.
And I realized that there was a department of mass communication at Karachi University. While I was still exploring my options, I wanted to do architecture, and then there were lots of things that I was interested in. And I felt that if there's a department where I can pursue something that I'm good at, then why not make that something I will take up professionally? And I think that was one of the best decisions I made. My time at the University of Karachi to explore mass communication as a discipline was a life-changing time. And as far as inspiration to achieve goals is concerned, I think that my father has been my inspiration, because he never stopped us from achieving what we dreamt about. So when I said that, all of a sudden I said that I want to join the University of Karachi, and he was like, okay, fine, go and find out what the process is. He tried to make us responsible for our own decisions. And after that, I was pursuing writing as a profession. I was interning for Dawn also. But when I graduated, I got an offer from MSB. Farida Bint Tabawala was the principal at that time. I had known her well because I was living in Clifton, and we had good social terms. And she said, Maryam, why don't you come to school? And she offered me this teaching job.
Okay.
And that's how I got into it.
Incidentally?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. At that point, Hussain, I was not considering teaching as a profession.
Right.
And she said, why don't you come? We have a vacancy for an English teacher. And I said, okay, why not? I'm freshly graduated. I'm open to new experiences. And I was freelancing anyways. So writing was something that I was constantly doing. And once I started teaching and interacting with these young people, it was intoxicating. I realized that I'm in love with the profession. So I think that's how the journey started.
That's quite interesting that you choose teaching as a profession incidentally, and then soon it becomes your passion, your reason to wake up early morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because in the profession you realize that you have the chance to touch so many lives every single day.
Okay.
Which other profession allows you to do that?
Yeah.
You can help students shape personalities, realize that they have potential, achieve their dreams, and they remember you. And even if they don't remember you, sometimes they don't remember, but the benefits are intangible. There's the sense of satisfaction, the fulfillment is intangible.
So what values you try to bring into the students when you teach? What type of values?
I'm an English teacher, right? So I love to make children realize that language is a very important tool, right? In order to make a difference, your words can change the world. how you speak, how you write, how you listen. Being a communication student, I try to teach these skills. For me, in the English class, the four skills, listening, reading, speaking, and writing, are very important part of personality building.
Okay.
So this is what I've tried to inspire my students to do. Build their personality by knowing the power of language.
I have noticed that most of the students have adopted writing just because of you. That you have gave them this inspiration to write. Because so many pupils and so many students also are good at writing, but they do not know how to start this profession. So all the newbies who are a good writer, who consider themselves as a good writer, but they don't know how to pursue this as a full-time profession. This can be a full-time profession. First of all, please answer this.
So, writing, I agree with you, is not considered a profession that is very lucrative.
Yeah.
But writing can be used in different professions.
Okay.
For example, the world of advertising, you need writers,
Okay.
right? Teaching, writers or people who have good language skills are in the teaching. Newspapers and magazines, the media is a booming field. Even the electronic media, they need great writers. So, if I were to say there is no better time to become a writer but now. Yes, that is why I encourage it. But I don't encourage it only for pursuing a profession. I think personality-wise, the development of a human being is closely linked to the writing process. Like in the training session right now also, I talked about how important journaling is as a skill to help you reflect on your day, to make you a better person, and to improve the quality of your life. This is what I try to instill in my students. Write a diary every day. If you're feeling frustrated, aggressive, sad, write about it. If there is a life-changing idea you've had, make a blog. Create a platform whereby people are listening to what you have to say. And with the social media now, the children have so much opportunity to showcase their talent. You don't need a printed book.
Yeah.
You have the blogosphere out there, and there are so many bloggers doing wonderful work. In fact, in public relations today, the bloggers are the ones who are promoting so many great products and great ideas. So children today like that instant gratification. I create a blog, I post it right now, I get a reaction, I feel good. I've talked about something that is important.
Okay, so we can start it from the reflecting our daily routine, our daily lives. But when it comes to monetary benefit, how a person or how a student can look into that?
Well, like I said, there are lots of other fields that are connected to writing. Me, for example, I have a content writing company by the name of JX, and I write for web houses for blogs for their SEO clients.
Okay.
And that requires a lot of research, a lot of writing, rewriting. It's a learning process, and there's money in it also. So I feel that you should pursue your passion. And like Amir Khan said in the Three Idiots, if you do something that you love doing, automatically avenues will open up for you to, reap monetary benefits also.
Yeah.
Like there was a time, Hussain, you are a teacher. I'm telling you, they said teaching was not a profession that was lucrative.
Yeah.
Today, teachers like you, like Zainab, they are not just teaching, they are training. They are offering consultancy. They are making lesson plans that are being sold online. So the possibilities are endless.
Excellent. So, ma'am, how writing has given you the clarity in thinking? Because when it comes to writing, it is also said that writing is a therapy for overthinkers. So, how writing a book, the entire journey of being an author, how your thoughts, how your feelings has gone from this stage of clarity?
Wow, you're absolutely right. Writing is therapy. It's therapy for everybody, and especially for the overthinker. Because once you put your thoughts down, you lay them to rest sometimes, or at least temporarily you lay them to rest. And when you see it on paper, it puts things into perspective. You can look at your own life very objectively. As far as writing the book, Twilight at Greenhurst is
first of all, ma'am, many congratulations, ma'am, that you have a dream of writing a book.
Yes.
Like you have said. And today, in today's age, that you have been able to write that book, and it is also being in the library of the Al Jammu Savior. It's a great honor for you.
Absolutely.
So after writing that book, so what was the process when you were writing? Yeah, please.
Wow, it was a long process, Hussain.
Yeah.
Like I shared, I've always wanted to write a book, but I never thought that this would be the book I would write first.
Okay.
You know, it's a story very close to my heart. It's a story very close to my experiences. It talks about a young girl who lost her mother to cancer and how she coped with her life. I'm inspired from Al Jamia. My sister had the good fortune to study there. My daughter is currently studying there. I've always been very inspired by the whole system there. So a lot of people who've read the book, they've told me that there are lots of Jamia vibes coming from there. And what I wanted to convey to the youth, because Hussain, you will see that in our part of the world, there are no books being written for young adults. There are books for very young children, there are books for adults, and there is this big gap for teenagers. So teenagers are reading adult books, which they shouldn't be. And there's a time and place for everything. I felt that need because when I was growing up, I was reading Judy Blume, and Judy Blume was a revolutionary American author. She wrote about things that bothered teenagers, things that were taboo, but they are part of reality. So when I read her books, I felt that someone is talking about this. It was a very important part of my growing up. I wanted to produce a book like that, where a teenager or a young adult feels that this is normal, it's okay to feel this, and that life can be difficult, but the outcome can be beautiful also.
This particular reason inspires you.
Absolutely.
For the teenagers. So please just a quick review about the process. That how was the process? Was it challenging? Was it like when you write a book, things are getting sometimes frustrated? So was it happened with you as well?
Well, I started writing Hussain. The intention was just putting down things on paper. Alright? It was not with the intention of getting it published initially.
Okay.
And this happened over a period of 3 years. From 2017, I started writing this particular book, and then I stopped, then I started again, then I stopped. It was a process of fits and starts. And finally, in 2019, I was looking for a publisher, and unfortunately, we don't have many opportunities for emerging authors in our part of the world. It was a difficult process. I tried to approach a few publishing houses also, but I did not succeed in maybe reaching the right people. So then I said, okay, in 2020 when the lockdown happened, I said, I'm going to end this novel, and I'm going to invest a little money in my dream, and I'm going to publish this myself. So I was lucky enough to find a new publisher, someone who's in the printing business, and that's how it happened. I got someone to design the cover. I proofread the book myself, even though I was advised that ask someone else to do it. But I think I was too afraid to share my story at that time.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt that it's not good enough, perhaps, or is it a story that is even worth being told? Exactly.
So yeah, this is the phase that
it's natural.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely natural. Is writing help you in your self-discovery?
Absolutely. Like I shared in the session right now, I have so many diaries in which I love to write. First of all, I encourage my students to do this also, that write things to do. The night before, make a things to do list for the next day. Then I have a gratitude journal. I've recently started doing that. Very important. A lot of students have come to me saying they are disturbed, perhaps because of the lockdown. And I tell them, keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 good things that happen. Ignore the bad things. Of course, they are part and parcel of every day. That helps us be grateful. Gratitude is very important. And then I have one for writing my poetry. It is when maybe I am sad or maybe I am very happy, and I don't want to share it with anyone, but I want to put it on paper. So it's a process, it's an activity that I encourage everybody. So my primary purpose, Hussain, in whatever I do, whether it is teaching or writing, is the intention or the niyat to perform khidmat in some way or the other. And that is the purpose of my life. That's what brings everything, into clarity for me. That I'm doing this to attain Mawla's happiness. And as far as inspiration is concerned, I'm very lucky to have a family that is very inspiring. My mother is a very important part of my, pillars of strength. And my daughters, they are my inspiration. They help me to become better for them, to do my best to provide for them or to make them happy. And then my students, I'm lucky to work with inspiring people. The team I have at Badri High School, we inspire each other, we like to grow. And this network we have of community schools also, the teachers, the friends we have. So I think there is so much inspiration out there. You can be inspired or learn from anyone. You know, you don't need a great person to learn from. I think every person is inspiring in their own right.
Is it challenging as a female to be in this content writing field?
No, I think it's a very friendly field because you can work at your own time, you have flexibility also. Now everything is virtual. I get assigned a set of blogs or topics to write on and I have to produce it in a particular deadline. I encourage it. And a lot of my students are pursuing mass communication as a field. So that makes me very, very happy to know.
So, can you please share your 3 life lessons that you have learned from the entire experience of writing or as an author or as a teacher? What 3 life learnings would you like to share with the upcoming newbies writers or the upcoming students?
Wow, that's a tough question, Hussain. But I do want to say that faith is a very important part of the process. Having faith.
From where faith comes from?
I think faith is stemmed in love. Right? So the love that you have, in our case, the love we have for Mola, that helps everything makes sense. We're looking for a purpose, right, in life. So when you connect that purpose to spirituality, it makes you feel better. You know, the rewards are great. They are not sometimes visible or tangible, but they are there. Then gratitude is very important. This is a lesson that I try to encourage in my students. Be grateful for what you have and don't be afraid to work hard. I think the problem that I see in today's generation is that they're looking for shortcuts. They're looking for instant gratification. And it is actually small things done regularly with consistency, the willingness to work hard, to strive, which will help you attain a long-term goal. We need to realize, we need to be focused. This generation is a bit distracted. You know, there's so much distraction. It's not their fault, but there's so much distraction around them. So we need to help them focus. Try to figure out what you're good at and try to attain your potential.
Thank you very much for watching this podcast. Stay connected with me and do hit the subscribe button. So see you in the next episode. Till then, take care. And Hussain Safdar signing off from this video. Thank you. Goodbye.